Welcome back to Wall Again, where passion meets music. And today we are going to run through the final section of my CD collection. We're going from letters S the whole way through to ZZ Top. So let's get started. So we'll start here at S. We are into SA Santana. Really like Santana. This album here, Supernatural, his comeback album released in 1999. But to be honest, I prefer the earlier stuff. I just need to get my hands on it. So albums like Abraxas, I think is absolutely brilliant. Jazz fusion meets rock, absolutely class. Slash, I have a couple of Slash albums. I have Slash's Snake Pit, which is a very rare album, so delighted to have picked this one up. I have this one a long time. And then I have his first debut solo album. This is when he started working with Miles Kennedy, I suppose. There's 2 tracks, I think, from Miles on this one. Starlight and what was the other one? Back from Cali, of course. So this one here, debut album, actually came with a special edition of classic rock, and there was interviews and everything with it. I haven't really picked up his other stuff. It is good, but I just haven't had a chance to pick it up. Okay, now we move on to Slayer. Not a huge death metal fan. I suppose Slayer are considered thrash metal, but I just have one of their albums, Rain and Blood. I do like South of Heaven. It's a good album, and I think there's another one from the 1980s that I like, or the early 90s. But I'm not a huge Slayer fan, but they are good. Certainly appreciate them. Next we have Smashing Pumpkins, Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. Of course, turning 30 this year, another classic. And I have Adore from the Smashing Pumpkins as well. It's okay, not their best. Then we move on to Soundgarden. So we've got, let me see here. Right, so we've got Bad Motor Finger, which is an excellent album. We've got Super Unknown. We got Down on the Upside, which is a recent addition. And we've got King Animal, 2012. Okay, now we move on to Bruce Springsteen. I've just one album to get from Bruce Springsteen, and then I have all his studio albums. So I've got Greetings from Asbury Park here. Got Bruce Springsteen, The Wild, The Innocent, and the E Street Shuffle. Of course, we've got Born to Run. We've got Darkness on the Edge of Town. We've got The River. Got Nebraska. Born in the USA. Tunnel of Love. Human Touch, Lucky Town, The Ghost of Tom Joad, The Rising, Devils and Dust, Magic, Working on a Dream, Wrecking Ball, High Hopes. Interesting, Tom Morello was actually on that one from Rage Against the Machine. We've got Letter to You, and I'm just waiting. I just need to get, I think it's Western Stars is the final studio album from Bruce Springsteen, and then I have all his studio albums, so I can start reviewing them for you. This one, Steely Dan, Asia, again, picked this up in New York, €12. Hadn't seen this anywhere in Ireland, so great to pick that one up. An absolute classic. Prog rock, jazz fusion, whatever you want to call it. It's fantastic. I've got some Stereophonics albums here. I've got Word Gets Around, their debut, Performance on Cocktails, Just Enough Education to Perform, which I hate, terrible album. We've got You Gotta Go There to Come Back, and then we've got moving into Stone Roses, got their best of. Stone Temple Pilots, Core, need to pick up some more stuff from them. The Strokes, Room on Fire, that was their second album, need to pick up their first. We got Supergrass, In It for the Money, and what's this one? It's just their self-titled album, Supergrass. They've got Temple of the Dog, which is a great album. Of course, this is the Pearl Jam, pretty much Pearl Jam and Chris Cornell, with Mark Cameron on drums, who now is drummer of Pearl Jam, obviously. But this was recorded and released before 10 was released, so it's a very interesting thing to have if you're a Pearl Jam fan. It's an excellent album. Got Tenacious D in there for a bit of crack, as we say in Ireland. And then we're into Thin Lizzy. So yeah, one of my favourites, Thin Lizzy, of course, Irish band. So I'll just run through their albums here. So we've got Shades of a Blue Orphanage. I need to pick up the self-titled album. We've got Vagabonds of the Western World, which is an absolute classic. So that was the 3-piece era with Eric Bell, and then when he moved into the 4-piece era, we have Nightlife, which is a decent enough album. Production's not great on it. And then we start kicking off in here now with Fighting. Brilliant album. We've got Johnny the Fox, Live and Dangerous. Brilliant stuff. We've got also got here Black Rose, which is a classic album. Gary Moore, of course, returning to Tin Lizzy for a full-length studio album. Absolutely brilliant. One of my favourite albums of all time. And I need to do a Tin Lizzy ranking. I just need to get a few more of their CDs in my collection. We've got Renegade featuring Snowy White, which is another great one. And of course, Thunder and Lightning featuring the brilliant John Sykes. Another classic album from Tin Lizzy. We've got Wild One, the best of Tin Lizzy. We've got Yellow Pearl, a compilation by Phil Lynott. Or Lynott, should I say. I've got the best of Toto here. Travelling Wilburys, their second album, not great. Trivium, The Crusade. And then I've got loads of U2 here, so I'll just pull them out and run through the U2. So we've got War. We've got The Unforgettable Fire. Again, picked this one up in New York. It was only $5. We've got the classic Joshua Tree. Love that album. Rattle and Hum. Half live, half new songs. B.B. King makes an appearance on that one. Actually really like that album, Rattle and Hum. This is where they changed direction. Achtung Baby, 1990s. Very good album. Zooropa. This one was only €4. So can't go wrong. Really just getting the collection together here. I'm not a big fan of the late 90s stuff from U2. I also have Pop from around that era, and then of course the return to rock, All That You Can't Leave Behind. Bought this album when it came out. Classic. Absolutely love it. How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb from 2004. We've got No Line on the Horizon. This is where things start getting a bit different for you too. We've got this one here. What's it called? Songs of Innocence. Yeah, picked that up not so long ago. And then I think this is their latest album, Songs of Experience. So yeah, planning to do a full U2 review at some point. Just need to pick up the last few albums there. Okay, we've got the best of 1980 to 1990 plus B-sides, and then the best of 1990 to 2000 as well. So I have them. I have the best of UFO. Again, I need to pick up more of their albums, and I believe they have some fantastic live albums out there, so I need to get on board with those. Van Halen, I have a small-ish collection of Van Halen. I have Van Halen number 2, which is a classic. I have 1984, which is arguably one of their best albums. That was one of the first ones I bought. This one here is 5150. So this one, it's actually the name of their studio, and also I think it was the first album that Sammy Hagar appears on. So that's a very good album. And then For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, that's a great one. And then I have The Best of Both Worlds, which is a best of compilation, but it also includes some new tracks on it there. So yeah, bought this. I think I bought this shortly after it came out. What year did that one come out? 2004. Yeah. Okay. And then we have Velvet Revolver, supergroup involving Guns N' Roses members with Scott Weiland. So there you go. That's their debut album, Contraband, which is an absolute classic. Love that album. And then Libertad, which is an absolute flop. I don't know any band who's gone from such a brilliant album on their first album to such a terrible album on their second album. But there you go. Got the Verve Urban Hymns. I got Weezer, the Blue album, and the Green album. I stopped at that. I didn't really go much further into Weezer back catalogue. Bit of White Snake. We got 1987. featuring John Sykes, of course, absolutely brilliant. We've got 1989's Slip of the Tongue, featuring Adrian Vandenberg and Steve Vai. Got The Best of Whitesnake is here as well. It's pretty good. I need to pick up more Whitesnake albums. I really love their early stuff, so I should really get into that. I've got The White Stripes here. What was that one? Elephant. Got The White Stripes. This one is Icky Thump. I've got Yes, Close to the Edge. Only picked that up recently, but an absolute classic album. Really enjoying that one. We've got Neil Young, Harvest. Another great one. Neil Young, Greatest Hits. And then we've got ZZ Top's Greatest Hits. So there you go, folks. That's my collection. AC/DC to ZZ Top. I do have some other albums there on a shelf. They're like overflow stuff that won't fit in the racks here. I might run through them on a separate video. But look, I hope you enjoyed that. If you could like the video, if you like it. If you could also hit the subscribe button, I greatly appreciate it. And leave a comment below. Let me know what your favourite bands are from the list I just mentioned. And I will talk to you on the next one. Bye for now.